Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Path to Success Show with your host, Jacob Jonuzi. Today, I want to talk about a certain book that I read earlier in this year. It's called Outwitting the Devil, and it's one of the best books that I've ever read. I know I always talk about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but for whatever reason, this book came back into my mind, and it's also because I was watching a certain video about this, I think he was a real estate agent, and it was a younger male talking about asking him what had made him so successful and what was one of the reasons why he was able to earn everything he did and everything. And it all came down to the hard work he did. But there was one thing that he said that literally I got from the book, and I'm pretty sure he got from the book. So that statement was that 98% of the people are literally just drifting around, and they're not really doing much with their lives, or they're not really too focused on a thing. And realistically, only 2% of the people, out of those 2%, those are the ones who become wealthy over time and who reach their successes and are successful because they're so focused and everything else. And that's a crazy statistic, even though statistics, most of them aren't really true to say, but that statistics seems to hold true. You see so many times where people just kind of drift off. You notice it yourself. You don't even have to think about it too hard. You see people always not even focusing. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do this later. Or not only that, they're just talking about certain things that they want to do. I want to do this, I want to do that, but they never seem to take action because they're too busy drifting. They I want to do this, I want to do that, and the next thing you know, they're just laying down sleeping in. Or I want to do this, I want to do that, and they never even make an effort to do it. If you want to sleep in, oh well, if you want to sleep, this, that. If you want to play on your phone, okay, cool. But it is not okay if you don't know what you're doing and you're just drifting along, speaking words that you don't even know that you want to do. You just not even giving yourself the time or even the confidence in yourself to do something. And that's realistically 98% of the people. Now you could look at that and be like, hey, I'm part of the 98%. I got to do something. I want to become the 2%. How do I become the 2%? I mean, the first thing I would say is just start reading. Start making your mind free. That's the quickest way to become free is in your mind, and that's by reading. Or you could look at it as a way of it's an advantage, because whether you feel if you're part of the 98% or not, you could be like, hey, I'm gonna start working harder. Why? Because when you become part of that 2%, the competition is much smaller. And that's one thing I really noticed about also making YouTube videos, because before I was making YouTube videos, whatever I would do or anything else, it seemed like the competition was very vague. It was very open, which is very simple. There's probably more people who don't have YouTube channels than they do. So as soon as whatever I want to do, like building my own brand, as soon as I start making a YouTube channel, boom. The statistic of how many people in competition becomes smaller. So now in the future, if I want to start doing cool transitions and making my shows more entertaining and have more content and being very creative with it, well, then it narrows it down even more. And that's basically, you kind of just build upon that. And that little thing, that's kind of how I looked at it. I looked at it as a way of the competition gets smaller. The harder I try, the more effort I put in. You know what I mean? If you want to get into shape, or you see the competition around, you see people kind of just doing this, doing that, and you start running a mile every morning when you wake up, competition gets smaller because there's not a lot of people doing that. Or you want to go into sports, you want to play baseball, professional, basketball, football, whatever it is. You see your competition in high school. You see they're going out on the weekends. You see them waking up late, this and that. Well, you wake up early. You stay inside on the weekends, and you work harder. You get in the cage, get in the weight room, you run outside on the track, anything. Your competition keeps smaller and smaller because not many people are doing that. In return, you'll become much better, and you wouldn't even have to look past those people wouldn't even be a concern to you. As soon as you start putting in that work, there won't be a concern. You wouldn't even budge to even look at them. Nothing. You just keep working on your craft and stay focused. So that was something that really came up to my mind today. It was about Outwitting the Devil. It's by Napoleon Hill. Literally, his name just popped into my head. I don't know why I forgot it. He's a very big author, made so many different books. But Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil is definitely one of my top favorite books that I've read. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you enjoyed the video, you found any value in this, like, subscribe. It's all free. It only takes 2 seconds, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. See you.